Okay, we're here with, we're going to freshen up the sinister 67 Chevelle Wagon. It's been to a couple car shows, been out in the rain, so we're going to start off with a little bit of McGuire's Quick Wax and give it a good wipe, and then we're going to follow it up with a quick coat of McGuire's Gold Class Wax, make it all black again.
Sounds good.
So here we go, nice clean rag, and just mist a little bit on. Wipe off a little bit of the residue that's on there and get it ready for a good coat of wax. So doesn't have to be all that fussy, just basically wipe it dry so it looks nice, and then we'll freshen it up with fresh wax and it'll be completely black again. And once you're doing this, just to prepare it for wax, you don't have to be all that fussy with it. So just basically wiping off what little bit of fine dust that would be on it. It goes pretty fast. Light mist and wipe down. Top to bottom. You always work top to bottom so that usually if you've got any dirt, this one's not bad, but if you've got any dirt, it's usually going to be across on the bottom. And you don't want to start at the bottom and drag the dirt up to the top. So you always start near the top and work your way down. Just go across. And here we've got, you can see there's a little bit more dirt down here. So I'm not going to touch that until I do the top here first, and then we'll just go across the. So we're going to do the stuff afterwards when we get back down to the ground. Get down to where it's the dirtiest. Stop along this line here. And now that we've got this done, then we'll do across the bottom here where it's a little dirtier. Give it a little bit of a wipe. And then what we'll do when we do the other side, we'll be using another fresh rag and or cloth rather, and make sure that we get that. And then once we wax, of course, we'll be using a different cloth altogether. Yeah. So we'll just give it a little wipe and make sure everything's good and clean under here and under here, and that's pretty good. Your wheel openings, and we'll give the wheels just a quick mist as well. They tend to get a little bit, they get a little scum on them from rain. Here's one. Go back and do the other one here. We'll do this quickly, and then we can get the car up in the air and do the inside of the wheels as well.
Yep. This is gonna look good.
There. It's looking much better already, yeah. But it's gonna look even better with a nice fresh coat of wax on it.
Yeah.
We'll just bring it all back out, and we'll just do the same thing with the back. Quick mist. And this, it doesn't matter if you don't quite get all of the quick wax off completely, because we're going to wax it anyways. So this is just mostly just to get a little bit of dust and
dirt,
the rain residue and stuff off, yeah, to prep it for wax so that you don't do any damage to the finish. There we go. So there. We'll start with that, and then we'll get the wax out and coat it up. Okay, we've got the car all wiped down with the quick wax to get the little bit of dust, light dust and light dirt that was on it. And we're now going to apply a coat of Meguiar's Gold Class Wax. which will bring the color back out and give that new car gleam like a black car should.
Yep.
So just apply a little bit, I just apply a small dot on the applicator and go to it. And I use kind of a combination of circular motions along the top edge, and then when I get down to the slightly wider parts, I'll do kind of like a figure 8 and back and forth. I don't like using just a straight back and forth motion. I kind of like doing, I'm old school, so I like doing the circular motions.
Yeah, just so it buffs it out a bit more, right?
Yep. You work it a little bit like that. And you only need just a...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're doing just a very light coat of wax. It doesn't need to be very much at all. It doesn't need to be thick. And this wax doesn't dry to a real haze, so you can leave it on for whatever amount of time you want. And here we're just gonna keep going. And this is how fast it is. It doesn't take very long to do. And
so do you try to stay away from the emblems and stuff?
I just go up to them, but I don't put a whole lot of wax like into them.
Okay.
So that you don't get any residue drying.
Yeah.
And you just make sure that you wipe it all down when you, and get in all the little cracks and crevices when you take it off, and then you're all right. And try and cover all of the paint, which is not that hard to do when you've got a nice big applicator such as this. I'm just going to go down to the rocker. And there we've got the quarter panel and door coated. Coat this door, same thing. This one here has a little bit of fading down the middle just from rain dropping down on the door. And this wax is going to take care of that. And you don't have to rub very hard either, just kind of glide it on, buff it in just a little bit. Doesn't need a whole lot of pressure. It's not really going to give you any more by pressing hard on it. Give it a coat. Finish off this fender, and then we'll take and start wiping it off. And this wax you can take and wipe off almost immediately. You haven't got to wait for it to dry any particular amount of time. And especially if you put just a light coat, you're going to be able to buff it right out. And there you have it. The whole side of that car has a coat of wax on it, ready to be removed. So, okay, so we've coated the whole side with wax, and we're going to remove it now with nice clean, well, somewhat clean microfiber. It's got a little bit of wax onto it from where I did the rest of the car. This is the last of it, but there's no dirt in it. So all we do is just take it, and again, circular motions until the wax is gone. And once we get to our emblems, you just kind of get into them a little bit and make sure that there's nothing in there, no residue, so that you don't want any like white residue when it all dries out. Not that this wax really dries, but, and same thing, just kind of a figure 8 pattern like that. And that spreads it out, gets it all nice and even, so you don't have any swirls and don't have any lines in it. And when you're done, you have one nice black gleaming car.